I get a lot of questions from you, from especially the youngins around when I go play basketball. Everyone's asking me, "Hey, how do you get your bounce, man?" And I'm basically gonna start breaking this down for everyone. Once again, I'm just showing another workout. Right now, I'm just doing a little warm up, just swinging my legs back and forth, opening up my hips. And that's really about it. I did this a couple sets. I'm only showing one set because I don't feel it's quite necessary to put the whole thing in there. But this is just basically what I'm doing. I do about 3 sets of those. Just really getting my hips open before I get going. And then I come over here and I get the medicine ball because I want to get a little stable with it. You know, you see me, I'm getting sturdy with it, man. I'll play basketball with a medicine ball. It doesn't matter. This man is goofy. All right, yeah, I'm just going back and forth, right? I'm just in a plank and I'm going back and forth. I use the medicine ball because it creates a little bit of more instability. And when you're jumping, the whole main point in jumping is trying to transfer energy from your foot all the way through your spine, right? So the more safe your spine feels, the higher, more potential for jump height you have. So the medicine ball is great because it gives you a little bit more extra challenge on your stability. So you're going to gain a lot more from that. So I would recommend trying these two if you are down. So on this next one though, this is all I'm doing. I'm keeping it real simple. These are basic exercises. Right here, I'm just hopping off of a very, very short block and I'm just sticking the landing, right? And the thing with plyometrics is that you have to make sure that when you're doing plyometrics, that you don't rush into these things too quick. For example, if you're doing a squat, right, you can easily throw on more weight, and the downsides, you won't really feel it as much. It's not gonna be such a detriment to you as the same thing as like plyometrics, for example. So if I were to jump from a box that was too high up, too early, I'm going to get shin splints, knee pain, hip pain, all kinds of stuff because my body is not adapted to it yet. And if you go too fast, it's very easy to just start breaking down. This is kind of like baby food, step by step. Don't try to skip the ladder, right? I'll use the ladder analogy here. Like if you're climbing a ladder, right, and you're going each step up, if you try to skip like 3-4 steps, you try to jump the thing, chances are you slip down, you fall, and you'll fall down to the ground and you'll have to start all over. If not, if you don't even start over, you might break your ankle, you might mess yourself up, right? And then you have to really start over. So plyometrics is all about keeping it very simple, keeping it straight, not trying to do too much, man. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to come in the gym and be a hero, man. Because heroes always get slammed down. And I can tell you from experience, I was dealing with a lot of pain for a long time because I was jumping so high, but I had no foundation at all. And it's just, it's frustrating, man, when you just keep, you keep trying to be a hero, you want to make it so fast, but then you can't make it that fast because that's just not how the body works. You need to take it step by step. The next exercise was for a split. I was landing in a split stance off the box. So just creating, because these are more athletic positions. Usually when you're playing basketball or really any sport, you're never quite landing on 2 feet like that. So the first exercise was more just for the basic foundation. And this one is just to kind of have a little bit more sport specific, landing in the split stance. And that's very important. So because any single time you're decelerating or cutting, you're usually in a split stance. So that's why I thought it was very important. So I add this in there. And another thing too is making sure that I'm doing high reps. So usually I keep these reps high. Like I do this for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, which is usually around like 30 to 50 reps, depending on how long you go. But it's very important to just build the base. The whole point of this is to build the base so you can start advancing into higher level plyometrics. So these are the basic exercises for anyone who's just trying to get into plyometrics so that you can build that foundation so that when you do want to really start doing the exercises to get to the max jump height, you'll be prepared for it and you won't break down as you keep progressing. So these
you're just landing, making sure you're landing on your toe and your heel is up the whole time. Don't land on your heels. Definitely not the way to go. This is the last and final exercise that I did, which was just hopping back and forth. I had like an imaginary line that I made on the ground, and I was just hopping back and forth on that. And you see I'm staying high right now. And quick disclaimer too, if any of you feel any pain at any point of doing the exercise, do not keep going. Like just stop the exercise, don't keep going, because if you feel any pain while you're doing the exercise, only very small amounts of pain. If you can tolerate a little small amounts of pain, but you really don't want to be feeling any pain when you're doing the exercises, because if you are, then you're more likely, more or less going to break down. And that's not the point of this whole workout. The whole point of this workout is to build the base, which is much more important. That's the intent behind this workout. So I showed another set, but this is basically the same thing. But the only difference on this one was I was going a little bit lower. You can see like my hips are a little bit lower. You see my knee angle is a little bit more tighter. So I was hitting it and just keep going back and forth. And like I said, I was just a little bit lower. So this one is just going to help you be able to move faster in low positions more effectively, which is another thing what happens, like very sports specific. You want to be able to move in low positions and also be able to your body to handle that at low positions. Because if you're a 2-foot jumper too, you'll notice that it'll be a lot more effective when you can get lower. This is just the last clip. I just had this. It's quite stupid, but I was, man, looking in the mirror. I was like, man, look at that back, man. But yeah, that's just, forget that, bro. Thanks for watching the video, and tune in next time if you are about your bounce and your gains. So.